And what's really frustrating is those conversations aren't taking place. I was in Washington, D.C., in the Capitol this week. A couple hundred of my Democratic colleagues were there as well. And if you walked around the Capitol, something you would not find was a Republican colleague. Speaker Mike Johnson canceled session we were supposed to be in on Monday and Tuesday. He outright canceled it, sent all of his members home. So it's pretty clear they wanted this shutdown. They ensured that it would happen. Now, I know the Senate is coming back in session on Friday, and I understand we'll be in session over the weekend. But as of right now, the House isn't even scheduled to return by the Republicans' own design, not scheduled to return until Tuesday.
I will say, because I saw some senators speculating about this, and I saw some Republican members of Congress saying, oh, well, if we have this shutdown, it's because of AOC. Well, if that's the case, my office is open and you are free to walk in and negotiate with me directly. Because what I'm not going to do is tolerate 4 million uninsured Americans because Donald Trump decided one day that he wants to just make sure that kids are dying because they don't have access to insurance. That's what's not going to happen. And so if those senators think that we're having a shutdown because of me, they're free to enter my office and negotiate, because what we're not going to do is allow all of millions of people in this country to not be able to afford their insulin and their chemotherapy. So come strike a deal with me if that's what they really think is going on.
So as you may or may not know, the Republicans are most likely going to shut down the government this week because they cannot negotiate. They want to defund American healthcare, and the Democrats are not going to help them do that, so they're in a bind. President Trump was supposed to have a meeting with Democratic leaders, Hakeem Jeffries and Chuck Schumer, to negotiate how to keep American healthcare cuts out of the bill and keep the government running, but he refused to meet with them until the very last minute. Republicans were hoping to pass a continuing resolution, but Trump is insisting that key healthcare protections are cut, including the tax credits that fund the Affordable Care Act, because he says that funding healthcare is unserious and ridiculous. He actually said that funding your healthcare is unserious and ridiculous. But Trump might have another reason for wanting the government to shut down beyond not caring if his people live or die. If the government shuts down, the House can't take a vote on the Epstein File Transparency Act. Republican Representative Thomas Massie and Democratic Representative Ro Khanna were one vote short of the 218 votes they needed to bring the bill that Speaker of the House Mike Johnson was refusing to bring to the floor for a vote. But now there is a newly elected Democrat ready to vote for the bill. She just needs to be sworn in. But if the government is shut down, Johnson doesn't have to swear her in and no vote can be taken. So to be clear, the Speaker of the House is going to let the government burn to protect Donald Trump. And it doesn't matter what your political party is. A government shutdown will affect everybody in this nation. This is all happening right now. The deadline is this week. The decisions made here will deeply affect people's healthcare, their jobs, their finances, and of course, the release of information on the giant international sex trafficking ring. Who leads like this? Who takes their entire country hostage? What kind of party allows the man leading them to cause this much chaos for their own people? And for what? I have never seen such selfish and inept leadership. And honestly, America deserves so much better than this.
The shutdown is all my fault and has nothing to do with illegals. I shut the government down because fuck your health care. I don't care about kids with cancer. That's the truth.
Tierra grande y respetada, que se escucha en cada voz, desde el campo.
Anyhow, as everybody knows, we are now in a government shutdown. Republicans are attacking Alexandria, attacking me. Why didn't you vote for this clean CR to keep the government open?
Well, there's nothing clean about it. This is one of the dirtiest tricks that is being pulled on the American people right now. Starting today, October 1st, and throughout the rest of the month, Americans across this country are going to start getting notifications that their insurance premiums are up to doubling. We're talking about...
Say that again.
Your monthly insurance premiums are going to double for millions of people across the country.
At a time when we are already paying, by far, the highest prices in the world for healthcare at a time when people can't afford it right now. So what happens?
That means people getting bankrupt over chemotherapy, people going to the pharmacy and not being able to get their insulin. And frankly, it means a lot of Americans are going to be in danger. And Republicans want us to rubber stamp that. So what are we going to say to that, Bernie?
Well, I'll tell you, it's not only be in danger. Let's be clear. And it doesn't make me happy to have to say this, but there have been studies out there that when you combine doubling premiums for the ACA and then throwing 15 million people off of Medicaid and the ACA, the result is, according to studies at Yale and the University of Pennsylvania, 50,000 low-income, working-class Americans will die every single year. All right? If you don't have the money to go to a doctor and you're sick, you die. And that's what we're looking at. That's what this clean bill is about.
And so Republicans want us to rubber stamp that. And we're saying no. We need to stand up for the American people. We need to stand up for our healthcare system. And if they want our votes, they need to make sure that we're protecting every American and making sure that we can do what we can to continue to make healthcare accessible, affordable, as we work to make it a human right for all.
Right. So let me just back that up. Remember, right now, our healthcare system is broken. Right now, we're the only major country on earth not to guarantee healthcare to all people. And these guys want to make it even worse. We're not going to let that happen.
No, we're not.
Just a moment.